Greetings, science fiction and fantasy enthusiasts. You're listening to No Deodorant in Outer Space. Now, let's get started.
Hey, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to another installment in what we like to call previews of a podcast. Only I can't really call it a preview since we haven't recorded the podcast yet. I have to predict what's going to happen, act like it's already happened in this preview. So, in the next podcast, we're reviewing The Color of Magic. It's a book by Terry Pratchett, who's dead, and when he was not dead, he wrote a lot of books, this being one of them. It is the second Terry Pratchett book that we have read on No Deodorant in Outer Space. And, it's also the second book of his I've read period, and you might recall that we did a glowing tribute to Terry Pratchett a few months ago when he stopped living. I can only pray that this episode eclipses that it serves as a tribute to his memory, an eternal flame, if you will, to all things Pratchett. And I expect a lively debate on the show, mostly about gun rights. We're going to throw that in there. We're going to kind of turn it into a very political show about an issue that divides America, because frankly, what else can we say about Terry Pratchett that hasn't been said before? Well, let's see. Terry Pratchett, Color of Magic. I have some predictions in the show. I think Ryan, the consummate show host, guy with the big chin and pompadour, really into anime, might get a little bit flustered. Rick will be super serious, and the one they call Wilk will carry the show as usual. That's okay. I've got a good back and broad shoulders. I can carry a lot of things. Now, for those of you that have never listened to our show before, welcome to the outside world. You're out of prison. We have faith in you. You can make a new life. You can make a new home. You can make a new way. And the first start to doing that is by listening to the upcoming Terry Pratchett podcast, Color of Magic. Now, a lot of people ask, is this like the color purple? And I said, well, no, only if you believe purple's magic. And everyone knows purple is not a magical color. Magic colors are spelled with a U, and they're British. So it's color of magic. That's how you know it's magic. It says color. We're also going to be using phrases like laboratory and snog. Snog means to kiss. And, okay, I'm just going to say it now. There's going to be an on-the-air live kiss between two of the co-hosts. Maybe a three-way kiss. I don't know. Hasn't actually happened yet. So, I wish I could actually preview the podcast, but this is more of a speculation, which is kind of interesting. There's a lot of science fiction here, which is speculative itself. So, I'm going to predict that Rick proclaims this to be an amazing book. He's going to go on and on about how important it was and how it did this and set a precedent for that and yada, yada, yada. And then, if I don't disagree with Rick and I kind of just silently acknowledge him and say, yeah, okay, then whatever Ryan says next, Rick will vehemently disagree with and get mad at Ryan. Now, if I decide to get annoyed with Rick and disagree with him, then he will vehemently disagree with anything I say the rest of the show and agree with Ryan. And ultimately, I'll try and stay cool, so you should really tune in. It is going to blow your mind. And I don't want to drop any big names here, but we are working on getting a big name guest. I can't say who he is, but let's just say he's Steve Albini. And we have not booked him yet, but I am putting a lot of effort into trying to get him on the show. And I think there's a good chance that we can get him as a permanent mainstay on the show to replace Wilk. Or Rick. Whoever he prefers. His choice. Steve, you can replace me or Rick. It's Ryan's show, but you gotta tune in to see what happens. It might be a kiss. Might be Steve Albini. And probably not going to be any of those things, but again, it hasn't happened. I don't know. It's like the opposite of live TV, only the opposite of the opposite. Because on live TV, anything can happen. Well, our podcast is kind of live, but it hasn't happened yet, so you do the math. Anyways, looking forward to seeing you. Looking forward to having you not see us, but listen to us. In a short week, you get a new podcast. No deodorant in outer space!
For more information on the topics discussed in this episode, or to read our show notes and find us on social media, visit nodeodorant.com. Thanks for listening to our show, and always remember, there is no deodorant in outer space.